This one's a good game. Alright. Hey guys, it's me Goku. And depending on what this video is called in its title, it's literally dependent on what I choose to do forward with this channel and just content creation and, you know, what I do best in general, which is gaming. It's what I'm choosing to do afterwards, what I think is best. So for the people who have been long-time subscribers since the early days of 2015, 2016 on my channel, or if you're a newer subscriber that you've recently checked out my channel and you've been liking my content so far, you know, thanks for keeping up, thanks for, you know, being part of the family, part of the Zero Mortal Plan, really appreciate it. If you haven't done the Discord, you know, it's in the description if you want to join. You know, I sometimes stream on Twitch, sometimes do whatever I can on my social platforms, you know, just when I can and when I have the time to. But recently, things haven't been just, you know, things have not been going the way, you know, a person would want things to go. Some good reasons, like, you know, a good reason would be like, you know, I'm not having the best of relationships, whether it be intimate, like, you know, like a actual relationship, whether it be with a male or female, or whether it be in friendships with good old friends from like years, or even ones that you've known recently. Now, whether you want to believe or see what you hear is up to you, but I want to give you my personal take on things, because honestly, it is something a normal person cannot, or not a normal person, someone in a day and age now, or not even now, just back then, would be harder to describe. So let's just get into it. So whatever, I'm trying to make it to where people can understand where I'm coming from and shit like that. So I want to start off first. Let's first get on the topic with friends. Let's get on the topic with friends. So a good topic to start off with is friends, right? So as you know, there's been a lot of people on this channel that you've known. Some people you may have known, you know, some people we don't speak of. It's like Cloud, Candy Corpse. Candy Corpse is not really a friend, more of a frenemy at that point. It's more of an enemy than she was a friend. You know, if you don't know the story yet, you can go search it up. But to summarize, I got accused a couple months back of something I didn't do, and she was mad about it, so she accused me, falsely accused, with no information. I give information, she doesn't like that, tells her whole story, you know, tells the story of her side, not my side, just literally just falsely gave information to people that I'm the one who stole her shit when I did it, and blah blah blah. Shit's here, and a lot of accusations have been thrown out at her over the past couple weeks and months, so yep. When people don't believe with actual evidence and all that shit, people go to shit. And that's what happens. But that's not what I'm making this video about. If any of you OG watchers are here thinking it's about the Candy Corp situation, fuck no. I could care less about that bitch in her entirety. Like, and I'm not trying to, like, play it off like I generally don't care, or like, I'm trying to be rude to her. No, like, I generally do not care. Like, she chose to do the things she chose to do, and I can respect her choices. You know, people come from different backgrounds, come from different stories, you know, they may think differently than others. I will honestly, you know, respect those decisions that they make, even if they're not the best ones. You know, every choice has to be respected and shit like that. I respected her choices, I respected her opinions, and that's fine. What she did was not cool, though. Like, you know, falsely accusing with no information, you know, just flat on lying to people about the shit without giving real situation. And I've even had her own friends, like our closest friends, actually prove my innocence and yet still get betrayed. And that's crazy. And then there's all the accusations of her being a pedophile and shit, of like being a groomer and all that stuff. And currently on Twitter, there's a whole shit about her, you know, dating minors and shit, and even like a random, like one of the victims that she dated that was a minor came out and actually spoke and showed evidence. It's like a lot of shit's been happening, so thank God what I did back then was a good choice, which was not actually working with her, or like not actually truly, because I did try to solve her case, but like, you know, I tried to solve, you know, the problem we had with each other, which was, okay, you do this, that, etc. I did. I honestly did. And you can check my videos. You can ask anyone on my server. Which, by the way, if you haven't joined the Zero Moto plan, it's gonna be down in the description if you want to join. You know, we're a nice little family there. But, you know, I tried, you know, following her wishes, trying to not, you know, get myself involved with her, you know, and all that shit. But she chose to bluntly lie. Like, you know, she chose to lie to people and all that shit. And look where it got her. That's what you get. I could care less on VR. But yeah, back to the friendship. People that I've, you know, I've played with for so long, I've cared for so long, like, to the point where I treat them as family. Like, I think of them as family, more than my own actual family. It's sad to put it like this. Those people that you care for so much just end up leaving, betraying, you know, the people that you gave your heart out to. You know, shit like that, whether it be friendship or even into relationships, like actual, like, dating shit. You know, shit happens and you really can't do what you do best, right? The whole point of this channel was to give my best out to people. You know, giving the best I could provide of content, information, like, shit that I would love to do. You know, at some point I tried doing animations, I gave up on that project. At some point I did, I tried to do music, I gave up on that project. I even tried doing podcasts, I gave up on that project. I've slowly been going to, you know, the programming. I've been going to the works of programming. I've been doing a bit of video editing, like actual video software editing, learning the ropes and all that shit. Now, whether you want to believe it or not, it's up to you. But that's generally my time now spent is more on doing shit that I truly follow, like Photoshop, like, you know, doing like photo, I don't know even the term, how you say it, like doing professional photos, like taking classes for that, you know, video software, learning the ropes, and, you know, production, all that shit. Like, I've been so busy, I haven't had time to play games, and it's not the same anymore. And those friends that you once built up relationships with, you know, being close friends, calling them even brother and all that shit, has gone to shit. Like, I even have my closest friends, people like Ice Demon, BHF, Jason, or Nightlord, or not Nightlord, no, that's fine. But like, I have truly close friends like those, BHF, Ice Demon, I have Caillou, and people like that, like, yo, when are you gonna get on? Or like, yo, are you able to get on? And there's times where I cannot get on, and that's respectable, but like, there's times where I can get on, and just shit goes haywire. Like, my schedule has been so fucked up these past couple months that I'm actually getting hated by my friends because of it. Whether it's me working late hours because I'm doing night shifts at Disney, or just me, you know, being a family man and going around hanging with family, which I don't do often because, you know, I'm more of a lone wolf guy. I like doing things by myself. I mean, I don't mind getting involved with family. That's something I do not mind. I actually love hanging out with family, even if I don't show it. I just prefer sticking to what I do best, which is, you know, gaming, video production, technology. It's honestly what I love most. And I don't love it more than my family, obviously, but like, you know, it's what makes me me. All right. I know I might be rambling out about everything, but it's like I'm trying to prove a point, and, you know, honestly, to make you guys understand where I'm coming from. Something though that is a problem is, like I said earlier, that those, you know, those relationships that you built up with people for so long are just going to shit. For me, it's all, well, my friends' time schedules, you know, what we play, what we used to do, like, everything isn't the same anymore. Everyone has different time schedules, everyone has, you know, things in life to do, and it's like, it's understandable, but like, those relationships that you built for so long online and all that shit, it's like, it's all gone to shit. And then the smallest things can ruin a relationship, like the smallest things. For instance, I can give you a good story about a relationship. Me and a person, we're gonna call him Bob, alright? We're gonna call him Bob. You know, we meet him in a random pub. Ice Demon meets him in a pub, and, you know, he introduces him to me, and we became good friends after that, right? And that's what I thought. And it only took around 4 to 5 weeks to notice that he was one of those douchebags that were a sellout. Like, they were simps, they would do anything for selfishness, and it was like, what the fuck. So we ended up not being friends with him anymore, and then he did this thing to one of our friends, and he would do something very bad that I do not want to say on camera, just for just for privacy reasons and all that shit. And it really was, unforgivable what he did to her. So like that, at that point, we could all not stand that anymore. So we ended up not being friends with him anymore. And honestly, it was a good call. I mean, I still kind of miss the dude, just because, I grew like fond memories of him, and it's not a person I can automatically be friends with off the bat and shit. It's like I had to know him for a bit, and it's like I grew to understand him to the point where I wouldn't call him brother or like a family, but I would relate to him as a best friend. But shit just hits the fan. Now, if you guys don't know the whole story with Blue Wolf Slinger or Doggo Fox, because I do not like telling personal friendships or any of that shit on social media unless it's like I need to clarify it because of a situation. Blue Wolf and Doggo had a very love-hate relationship, and it was something that I got dragged into at some point. And pretty much one person was more controlling than the other, and I was brought into it to help out in that relationship, and pretty much it was not as pretty as it seems. To bring it up, Doggo was being a bit controlling, and I had to bring, I got brung into it by other people that noticed it, and they told me, yo, Goku, is there anything you can do to help? It's kind of bullshit that one person's being controlled by the other, they should be loved. And, for a while they were chill. I talked to them a bit, each person separately, gave them ideas, pointers, didn't really tell them what to do, just gave them some thoughts, some general aspects, and enlightened them on what they should be doing as a couple. And for a while they listened, and I was generally proud. I'm like, wow, I saved their relationship. That's pretty nice. I could probably offer my services to other people. And then a couple months later, I get a hold of Blue. Me and Blue are playing, and Blue just points out yo, Goku, I know it was a bad time, you just got back from work, and we're trying to have fun and shit, but me and Doggo have been having problems again, and I wanted to make sure this was true. So I asked Doggo, and he said no, blah blah blah. To put it short, the same shit happened again, and Blue was tired of it because it happened for around 3-4 years at that point. And I just gave him the thought, what do you truly want to do? Do you still love the dude or not? Right? And he chose, he said, yes, I love the dude, but it's by the way, this is a gay relationship if anyone doesn't know. And, he was like, but I cannot stand in a relationship like this if he treats me like this. And I told him, well, think of it like this. You have the power to do whatever, right? You can make your own choices. You don't have to have him to babysit you to make your choices. So you can choose to talk to him yourself about it, not have me do anything. And, try to make it equal, or you can have me get involved and make it look like you still need help and guidance. So I gave him a couple ideas, to talk to Doggo about it, to equal out the playing field. And before you know it, he comes to me and tells me, I broke up with Doggo. And I was like, you're joking. And he goes, I'm not joking, I'm being dead ass. And I thought he was joking until Doggo comes into my DMs and starts shit-talking me. Now this was a big game changer because he never really, Doggo was not the type of person to shit-talk, but he was the type of person what the fuck? He was the type of person originally to really get into problems and you know, to all due respect, shit like that just isn't my boat. It doesn't, you know, fly with me. Because they have a lot of relationship things. I don't want to say that on camera. But, pretty much, he starts saying shit to my face, you know, on here. Like, he told me, like, Goku, why the fuck would you tell him to break up with me and all that shit? You know that we could have fixed it, but you chose to intervene. I told him I didn't tell him to break up. He chose to make that choice. I just gave him an idea saying, you know, you guys can literally level up the playing field for each other so each side doesn't look like it's more dominant than the other. Blue chose to make that choice. And now look where you got yourself into. I didn't create the problems, you did. And then, you know, he texts to Blue, and Blue's telling me what he's telling me, what he's telling him, and he's going, Doggo's shit talking so much. And I'm not even joking, like, some of the shit I cannot put onto YouTube because of guidelines, but like, he was talking so much shit, but could never say it to my face. So the day I texted him on Discord about it, he was mad quiet. And I'm like, okay, that's right. You can't talk shit because you know all of that. What I just said is true. And I was talking about the relationship, you know, how Blue felt and how you know how he felt, and you chose nothing to do it because you wanted him all to yourself. And then you then at the same time you choose not to like be with him and all that shit, and still act the innocent type, just, you know, try to put the blame on him. Like, that's not cool. I'm not gonna let that slide. Blue's a person, you know, a person I care for and he's close to, or I'm close to. So I'm not gonna let someone suffer like that and just, you know, you get away with it. So I just had to intervene. Like, you cannot tell me not to intervene. Like, I can respect privacy, yes, but if you're gonna tell me to not intervene while someone suffers, fuck no. You're mentally stupid. So shit goes down and that was it. And now recently too, that same person that I just saved and that I've known for around 4 years now, almost 5 years at this point, has also been slowly betraying me, slowly that I've lost trust, slowly that I can't call him a person I care for, or, you know, I can't say that I care for him as much as I used to, or call him even family. Like, shit has just gone, and it's not just him, it's a lot of people too. But Blue is one of those people, like, I have to say, you know, I have to point out, you know, for the person that I would enjoy getting onto the play with, not just him, Ice Demon, everyone, like, we all, I would love getting on just to play with people like Ice Demon, Caillou, you know, BHF, TJ, everyone, like, all together, no hatred, just pure fun, joking around, and just being one happy group. And then all of a sudden, World War III starts, and everyone's on, you know, each other's asses, and I know there's not ever going to be a perfect, you know, a perfect relationship, a perfect friend group, or anything like that. But it's like, it's sad to see all that work that you've been trying so hard to have everyone that you truly care for and want to be with, like, in friends and all that shit, you know, together, and it just, you know, all that work just goes out for nothing. And specifically Blue Wolf and all that shit, like, everyone nowadays are just toxic. Like, they're toxic to each other, toxic to me, and it's like, I understand that, because, like, even I'm toxic, and I'm not even gonna deny it. I'm not gonna deny that, because people will be like, oh, then you're talking shit about everyone, not yourself. No, I will talk shit about myself. I do talk shit a lot, whether it be online, at my friends, or, like, I do talk shit, and that's always gonna be a thing. People will always talk shit. They may not mean it, but they will do it anyway. It's, you know, built into their nature. And especially me, growing up in, you know, a toxic online, you know, background with Call of Duty, you know, GTA, people always shouting at the top of their lungs, like Squeaker and shit like that. Like, I will always be toxic. It's just built into my nature, and I'm not gonna do it all the time, but a good amount of the time I will be toxic, and it's just not, it's not because I want to, it's just it's a habit. And, you know, habits die hard and shit. Well, it's just saying something here and there, but, you know, shit like this just makes me sad, you know. Watching my friends fight each other, you know, watching them all leave, you know, Caillou recently left due to personal reasons. I'm not gonna say it on camera. We still talk to him, but he doesn't play with us anymore, again, due to personal reasons. Ice Demon, you know, again, personal reasons. His is more of just, because of school. TJ, same thing, school. Night Lord, obviously work, and then he has other things to do, and some other people too. Like, they have all different things, and I will respect that. I have that shit too. But just the things we talk about just go haywire, and I don't know what to think about that. Whether you want to think about it or whatever. And it's like, it's not even them too. I have a couple VR friends too that I've lost contact with. You know, a good one would be Saturn. You know, me and him used to play a lot. We used to hang out. We were good buddies. Now we slowly drift away because of different friend groups. Noxy. We were literally brothers on VR. We were literally like family. We would always be at each other's backs. And nowadays, you know, we grow apart. He's been having, you know, different friend groups, issues, fights, and then the whole Candy Corp situation got us both, you know, wanted people on VR. So I tend not to play VR because of, you know, false hatred and all that shit, and false information, you know, false guidance and shit like that. He just chooses to still play it, even though he's gonna be hated by everyone, and I respect him for that. You know, Jason, I don't play with him as much anymore, and even then, people in our friend group just tend to hate each other, and I'm not afraid to put it out there. I'm not afraid. I'm gonna be honest with everyone. Like, it's just crazy. A lot of shit has happened over the months of us playing, of us being together, and I don't know if I can continue making content like I used to. And I know this video was me, you know, talking about what I'm gonna do with this channel forward, and trust me, this is part of it. You know, because a good part of this channel is being with my friends. It's not just me being alone. It's usually me being with people, making funny memes, you know, making content with my friends, because, you know, I like getting people involved. I like making I love making projects where people get involved, we get creative, we think of ideas, and shit like that. And that was the whole purpose of my channel, because originally it was supposed to be just me and just gameplays originally. It was supposed to be just Let's Plays and all that shit. Then I was introduced to online gaming on the PlayStation with live streaming features. I ended up playing a lot with that. Ended up going with that. And then that's where I met my friends, and then, you know, grew up the audience I have now. And that's where it all started. But nowadays it's just like, was it really good to continue where I left off? Because I did end up taking a break a couple years back, and then I've made videos where it's like, do I want to continue uploading? And originally it was because of lack of motivation. It was lack of motivation and lack of faith in my content. That's what it was. Nowadays it's, you know, the lack of motivation, the lack of, you know, it's lack of motivation, you know, lack of faith, lack of confidence, you know, friend groups going in haywire, you know, the people I care for now, you know, slowly going away, betraying and all that shit. And now it's to the point where, can I even cope with the same people I played with for so long, so many years, my true friends now? It's like, it's just a question that I wake up to ask myself every day. So for the people who are watching, that have been, you know, watchers for the beginning of my channel start and now, like, you know, thank you, whether you be a OG watcher or you're a new watcher from a couple months back during my VR phase, you know, thank you for staying around, thank you for, you know, enjoying my content and etc. But now I truly think this will be the end of this channel. Truly, I do not know. I will give it some time, but I will, you know, upload this video just to give people the, how to say it, just to give people the benefit of the doubt, you know, giving them the idea, just like, you know, nah, shit, you know, this and then that will happen. And I'm only making this just because I want to let you guys know if at some point I do stop uploading or I do stop making content, stop doing streams, it's because I truly decided to, like, you know, actually quit. I'm not continuing to upload videos as I used to anymore. And yeah, That's really why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to let people know that, you know, if in the situation I do stop uploading, I want to have people informed. I don't want to make like no small announcement. I do want to make like a video about this and then like actually inform people like truly why I am dipping and all that shit. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, but like I'm gonna talk a bit more. Yeah, so you know, lack of friends, or not lack of friends, just lack of confidence, lack of motivation, etc. Don't know whether I choose to still play or not. Like, it's to the point where I've already stopped talking to those same people. Like, I've slowly gone up the list. You know, I'm no longer talking to Blue Wolf. I'm no longer talking to some other people, maybe Doggo Fox, you know, maybe Ice Demon, who knows. You know, slowly I've stopped talking to these people, and who knows who I will, you know, where I will go next, what I will do, and what I'm doing with the future of this channel. And the thing, I will say this, the server will be up and running. I will make sure that server will be up and running. I want to make sure it is a place where people can call home, can be safe in, a group of people where people care about each other, whether you'd be a furry, you know, you're pansexual, different sexuality and all that stuff, you know, whether you're, you know, a race, you know, different race and all that shit. I do not care. It's a place of safe haven. So yeah, that was the whole intention of Zero Mortal Plan. I gave you guys my thoughts and all that shit about what I'm planning to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and you know, hope to see you guys around another time for another video, probably, or probably be the end of Goku. So this probably might be my final upload on, you know, on this channel. Goku Medina may no longer be a thing. So I would want to let all of you guys know. So thank you again for all the support over the years. This is a subject that's really hard to touch because, as you can tell, I've been stuttering a lot in this video. I have not really been clear on a lot of things. It is a touchy subject that I usually don't talk about, and it's crazy. So again, thank you guys for all the support over the years. Could have done it without you. And yeah, goodbye guys.